Hey there. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and consider what I'm going to explain concerning what and when is the rapture. Simply stated, the rapture is when the virgins who are prepared in Matthew 25:10 come into the wedding feasts and the door was shut. But what's important to understand is the timeline, which is given in verse 6 here, which is midnight. And this word in the Greek, apanthesis, points to 1 Thessalonians 4:17. It's the same thing, showing us that this event into the encounter into the clouds is when the virgins enter the wedding here, the sober-minded virgins, and then the foolish virgins are locked out of the wedding. They're not raptured here. Now, as for the timeline, midnight, also understand, midnight, here in the parable of the doorkeeper, remember the door of the wedding is shut at midnight, the foolish virgins are locked out, concludes the second watch time. So the first watch time begins at eventide, 6 o'clock, and then midnight, of course, is 12 o'clock. So the third watch time begins at midnight. But the second watch time concludes at midnight, which brings us to Luke 12:38, where understand the second watch time is the rapture. Remember, second watch time concludes at midnight and then begins the third watch time. Okay? Now, if we back up, we see the wedding is mentioned back here, where they're going out of it, showing that there is an event prior to the rapture. There are those who will come into the wedding at the first watch time that's now disappeared. So the rapture here at the second watch time is not the first event. Every Christian that I hear talk about the rapture thinks that that's when the Lord comes, that's the rapture. It's not. Eventide is the first thing that will happen years before the rapture. Okay, the first watch time is eventide here. Midnight is the rapture. So we have to start asking, what is the first watch time? What is going on here if it's not the rapture? Because they come into the wedding. Obviously, the wedding's in progress because now they're going out of the wedding according to the watch time that's not named now. It's passed by. That door was shut. Now, when he comes in the second watch time is midnight. Parable of the 10 virgins. Rapture. Apanthesis. 1 Thessalonians 4:17 is Matthew 25:6. Second watch time. When the foolish virgins are locked out, they weren't prepared. When the door is shut. Again, remember, the doorkeeper parable. Mark 13:34 and 35. Rapture, which is not the first event when the Lord of the house comes, beginning at the first watch time, which is not the rapture of Christianity. Midnight is the rapture. Again, the second watch time, right here in Luke 12:38, where the first watch time opportunity, which is now not available, are those who come into the wedding feasts first, according to what's called uplucen here, going away out of the wedding at the eventide hour. Where if this video has piqued your interest, you can watch my video 51 here, where I talk about uplucen here, in conjunction with what is called the out resurrection of Philippians 3:11, which I talk about in video number 24. God bless.